Hello. I've sold about 9 Green Machine reloading presses on eBay in the last year, and a bunch of parts that go with them. And with that, I've received literally hundreds of questions about how to do things and caliber modifications and can we do this and can we do that. Well, it's getting to the point to where I really have no more parts to sell, and maybe just a few. But the main question I'm getting is, can you use a Lee powder through die on the Green Machine and still use the little dandy powder dispenser and rotors? So first of all, let's start with this. This is a Lee powder through adapter. Alright, and first of all, the original ones are like so. One of these is a 45 and one is a 38. And it's hard to see it, but there's considerable difference in length. This one's much longer than this. And all of these are made differently. And you do not have that luxury with the Lee dies. Okay, also you'll notice that where the powder hopper sits on the original one is a male fitting. Okay, and with the Lee powder through, it's female sitting in here. And this is just aluminum, so you can't drill and put a set screw in. It's just too thin wall. So what I've done with a lot of trial and error, I've machined out some adapters. So the first thing you do is you take this part, the original Lee part, out, and it leaves you with the bottom part of the die and the free floating part that does the actual flare of the mouth and the funneling of the powder into the case. Alright, so we'll stop there with that. Now I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. Hopefully I don't make you too dizzy. Okay, and in the background back here, you'll be able to see that there's 4 cases in front and 4 cases in back. And this one is a 380, a 9, a 40, and a 45. In the back, it's what I call the long cases. It's a 38 special, a 38 357 Magnum, a 10 millimeter, and a 44 Magnum. Now the only difference in my adapters is that the length of them. As you can see, this one is probably 3/8 of an inch longer, and this one a bit shorter. Finally got my iPhone to quit ringing there, I hope. So with this said, through the use of their die, okay, and this adapter, so this adapter screws right into where the Lee part came out, like so, and I machined a jam nut here that you can lock it with, and also you see there's a hex machined in here where a 1/2 inch open end wrench will fit that will help you lock down the dies. And then of course your powder measure sits on top, and this has the recess cut just like the original one did. And between the adjustment of the whole Lee die up and down and the adjustment of my adapter up and down, you can get your case mouth flare, and you can also make your powder adapter line up with the rotor pins that actually operate the powder rotor. So I'm going to stop there and swing this thing around. Okay, so here we go. I think we got the phone calls out of the way. So drop a case in, index it over. You would normally decap it, size it. Bring it on over, put a primer in, bring it on down, And your new Lee powder through die, have it high, up in the air quite a bit, and you've got freedom here. Okay, and you're going to insert the new adapter, the short adapter. So the short adapter is for the long shells. Screw it in, and between this one and the die, you can either run this down. Okay, I'm going to run it down until it hits the mouth of the case, and it just hit it. Alright, now of course then you adjust it however you have in the past. I'm going to simply lock down the Allen set to lock the Lee powder through. Okay, now it's permanent. Okay, now you can take and put a 1/2 inch wrench on here, or use your fingers, and put whatever bell you normally put on your case, 1/8 of a turn, 1/4 of a turn, however you do it. But anyway, we're just going to put a little bit on for now. And then while holding this with a 1/2 inch wrench, tighten this nut down, like so. Okay, now you drop your powder measure in place, like so. Take the same Allen. And now this is going to be kind of tough for me to do because I can't quite see around, the camera's in the way. Alright, so anyway, I'm going to run this on up, all the way up. And we're going to engage the top pin, like so. And I'm just going to snug it a little bit. And like I say, I'm kind of looking around the corner. And then put the bottom pin in, engage it. And of course the case has already stepped out of the way, but that's immaterial. All you're doing now is to making sure that your rotor cams through. So here we go, down it goes, picks up the second one, down it goes, dispenses the powder, comes back up, picks this top one up, reloads the rotor, and so forth. Just like the original powder through die worked, only you now have the luxury of buying any powder through die that Lee offers. So once again, the other short shells set up exactly the same way. So your 380s, your 9s, your 40s, your 45s. The only difference is because they're shorter, they use my longer adapter. So whenever you decide to purchase one, if you do, you just need to specify which one you want, and that will be what I send. Thanks. If you have any questions, feel free to give me an email.
Good morning. The last little part that I really need to show you is that so after you've installed the Lee powder through die and installed the adapter that I've made and installed your powder hopper, okay, engage the pins. Let me get something here you can see maybe. So you're going to engage your two rotor pins, the top one and the bottom one. And don't forget, you've got the powder hopper just loosely tightened. Alright, operate your handle carefully up and down and watch the actual rotor back in here. Okay, so if you see this starting to twist or cock, the height of this entire holder here that holds the pins is incorrect. So you can loosen, there's a set screw, you can't really see it, but around here on the side there's a set screw you can loosen, and you can raise this post up and down, moving the point to where this pin here engages. So right now, see, it could go a little higher and it could go a little lower. So this is your final adjustment to make sure your rotor makes its entire arc. Thank you.